Peace. You know that thing that kids sometimes do when they're forbidden from putting their hands on one another? I'm not touching you. That's kind of how invoking works in language. My definition, invoking a thing is kind of like summoning it, bringing it to mind without actually saying it, especially if you use a euphemism in its place, a thing that is adjacent or just short of. For example, if you say to someone, well, I ain't saying you're fat, I'm just saying you ain't missing no meals. So when asked, did you call the person fat? You have plausible deniability to say, no, I did not. All you did was invoke it. You did in fact call that person fat by placing fat in their consciousness when you didn't call them fat. So imagine my surprise when folk are willing to die on the hill of defending Chelsea Handler for doing exactly that to 50 Cent. She admitted that she wanted to call him the worst thing you could possibly call a black person, just short of the N-word. She successfully invoked calling him the N-word without calling him the N-word. And her defenders are riding the technicality that she didn't actually say it. She only invoked it. In other words, she didn't touch him. All she did was this.
Whatever I called him was probably the worst thing you could say to a black person, short of calling him like the N-word. I said like you're like a street person basically, or like like something along the lines of being like a gangster.
Right.
And it was really, really offensive. And I hung up in a minute and I've never spoken to him again.
You're kidding.
He was insulted by what you said.
Oh yeah, whatever I said, when I told my friends what I said, they're like, you will never hear this is like a proud black man who you just basically tore apart and like put to shame, and he's never going to speak to you again. You totally insulted him. Like, and I don't remember the term I used, but it was like equivalent to saying you're a street person. Like,
right.
you don't,
did you say you're ghetto or
I said
something?
Something like that.
Something
yeah,
like
I
that.
said you have no business even talking to someone like me, and it was very mean what I said.
So you'll never.
Yeah.
And 50 Cent continued to support and defend Chelsea Handler even after she made that public admission of not calling him the N-word.
Oh, he said nice things about me, and I have nice things to say about him because I do think he's a really nice guy, and I think he's smart in a certain way, you know.
But I digress. I ain't saying 50 Cent is a trash panda. I'm just saying if he was an animal, his tail would have rings. I ain't saying that invoking a thing and saying a thing are the same thing. I'm just saying. That's it for today's language lesson in invoking. We out ya.